Hi. You probably see we have a split screen already to start with because I don't know how to do it during filming. Now, uh, this is the first of many videos of me helping you do the splash skull pattern. Now, today is the color selection video, and I'm just sitting comfortably on my couch with my laptop in my lap, to go through a few things. So, your pattern will include two color selection pages. Okay, so some would like to work numerically, so you've got all your colors and they're from 1 to 33, or some would like to work in groups. Okay, camera's not great on this laptop, so we'll have to try and work that one out in the future. Now, you probably see that I do have another program on the screen. This is called Quilt Ink. Allegra and Natalia put me onto this one. And Natalia owns the Nerdy Quilter Shop. And she asked me to put the skull in here so she could put a few quilt packs together. But you also have the option to go in and add whatever colors you want. So I remember everyone sort of sharing what fabrics they would like to see the skull fabrics picked on where. So you can actually do this yourselves. And I will get to that in a moment. But so before we do that, I will show you another way that most of us do it. So this is a swatch box. So in Australia, we usually use Devonstone fabrics. And I do have the selections on one side. So I'll get these out. So for example, you would take your color sheet, right? And you will put your swatches right next to them to see if that's the color you want. So this is what I've chosen for, and it may look black on the screen, but it's actually a really dark blue. So I know for a fact that number 19, if I looked onto my color map that's included with the pattern, it will show where that color sits. And this sits in the eye socket, right? So if you can see on the screen, you'll see the skull there on the right hand side there. There's a skull, and that's the eye socket for that side. So that's what I picked for that one in Devonstone for number 19. So that's one way you can do it. You can go through. The other option is, the way I've set this up is because it's in color groups. So say, for instance, you didn't want any blue. You wanted green tones. So you could actually go through and change it all to green tones. So what you do then is you would get all of your little green swatches out and say, okay, well, here's a light green, right? What one would this match? So I would say this green, right, would be the equivalent to number 17 down the bottom there, right? So I will replace all my 17s with this green. So when I set up my workspace and I have all my fabrics ready to cut, I would probably cut these out, right? Or make little tags with numbers on them and clip them to your fabric or stick them to your fabric or put them in a folder with just that for that color. Right, that's the easiest way. So that every time you go to 17 on the piece, you go, okay, I've got to get color number 17, go to the 17 wallet or however you want to keep it and go, okay, this is the color for 17. Right? So it's that way. Now, this program, and I'm really hoping this works so I don't have to record this a second time. This is called Quilt Ink. Now, I'd gone past this a long time ago and couldn't work out what it was. But I have worked out what it is, and it's fabulous. So I'm going to go into the splash skull itself, right? Now we've got it listed as a sew along. So what it will do is it will give me all the pattern details here, and now this might give me more of my side of things. But let me see if I can move myself. There we go, and get into it. So bearing in mind, so that's going to give me all the details of the sew along, quilt along. So here, to purchase the pattern, here we'll go to my website, and this will be information. So this is just the pattern information. So it tells here, turn fabric into pure rebellion. Splash Skull is a 70 by 90. You can go and read that yourselves. Now, to get into color it, let's go to back to patterns. Okay, I need to update this. That's okay. I will get that done later. But for now, we go to this is your color hub. This is my profile. No, I don't want to update it yet. So I literally have only just been using this from yesterday evening. So I'm going to go into my manage patterns for now, just to show you what the interface is going to look like. It is public, and I know Natalia's had a bit of a play with it so far, and I'm going to get into it myself somehow. So I may fumble quite a bit. Let's have a look here. Should be loading up in a second. I'm waiting for these two here to this one here too. I can go this one, edit skeleton data. No, that's not what we want. I have spoken to the creators of this webpage, and they are going to we're planning a video together so that she can walk you through a little more than I can, because I am not that tech savvy. Oh my gosh. I already not the coffee. Set paragraph duplicate, modify layout coloring. Let's have a look at this. So maybe this might be what we're looking for, and we'll just wait for that to load. Okay, so this is what you'll probably see. So down here we have the whole collection of the Devonstone fabrics. Because I've already done a fabric selection with Devonstone for Queen of Fabrics in Australia, that's what I applied to this first scalp. So what you can then do is there's a button here. It says there, show available palettes. So you click on that. And then it will give you a whole heap of palettes that they've already got preloaded into the system. Let's pick one. Look, there's Solids Free Spirit. Ooh, I didn't even see this yesterday. There's the Tulip Pink ones. How many have got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 11. So here will be 22 colors. Now, the only problem with this is you need 33, right? So what you could do is check out 2 different brands and put them together. Or you might say, this has only got a little bit of green. Tulip Pink has a lot of greens. I might change out, let's say, maybe the oranges for the greens, or I might not do as much yellow. I might do the yellow as green instead, and then, swap that around, because I can see there Tulip Pink doesn't really have a yellow, which is a bit, well, this one might be. Anyway, that aside, you would click your color, and let's say I want to go as the highlight up here, and there you go. So you see that section there? That actually looks a bit yellow. That's now replaced that color. Now that will replace the color in all the sections that color is in. It will replace it across the whole scalp. So you don't have to color in individual pieces. It will color the whole of that color. Now what we've done is we've actually separated the 2 blacks. So the background black I've actually put as a charcoal, and with all the blacks in the face, I've left as a black. So you could go, I want a pink background, and go, boop, pink background. There, right? So it gives a whole other effect. And I want to maybe go white. Oh, sea breeze. Let's go with sea breeze. Sea breeze as the internals for the scalp. So there you go. You would do that. That being said, how fun would that be in glow in the dark fabric? I'm just saying. I'm just making suggestions. Now, if you don't like it, you can always hit the back button, right? And it will take you pretty much back to whatever you want. So let's try another one here. Let's see. There's Bella. I think someone mentioned Bella Solids motor. Massive range. Now, personally, that's a lot to look at. But I would probably start with all your light colors. So, say for instance, you might want, here we go, butter. That can go in the section here, right? And it hasn't changed much, because obviously the Devonstone fabric that I chose and butter in the motor range are much of a muchness, very similar, right? Then you're looking, say, for instance, this yellow here and this yellow here. So that's a very yellowy yellow. Sunflower. Sounds pretty good, so I could put sunflower there as well. Look at that. I didn't actually pick it properly, so let me just do that again. Click it properly. And then There you go. There's sunflower replacing it. Okay. So even the purples, like here I've picked sort of a cherryish purple. You might want to keep it not as cherry. You might want to go grey purples. You might want to go greens instead. You could go pinks instead. Um, Another fun thing that we were playing around with this is that you can actually check it out as a monochrome. So the top right hand corner here, you've got something that will sort of flick it over. The reason why they have that is so that I think this is, and it's more to the traditional quilting, that when you do your traditional quilt, you know, you want your dark, your medium, and your light. So that button is more to show um, or to check that you've picked the right colors for your quilt type. For this one, it shows a cute little monochrome, and I'm very tempted to do a monochrome, but that would involve me having to pick a lot of fabrics from different brands. Um, so and you can flick it back, so that doesn't affect anything really. If you did want a monochrome, you would have to literally go and pick all the grays yourself and put it through. But it's a fun little tool that they also have here. So now, for example, like say you've colored it all in, you're like, oh, okay, so which ones did I pick? I don't know which ones I picked. What you do is you go to show used colors, which is a little pipette on the right hand corner here. You click that, and then you've got what you've chosen. See how I've changed the two drop there, the sunflower and the butter? Now, what I've also gone through and done is I've gone through and put how many yards of that fabric is needed. So say for instance, the sunflower section, the sunflower yellow, that needs 1 yard. The butter fabrics, that needs half a yard. The glowworm needs 3/4 of a yard, and so forth. So I've gone through and added those in there for you as well. So if we we can go to save, exit mockup, set fabric requirements, which is, I don't know if you've got that on your one. I know I've got that. Merge by color, unmerge. There is a section here that does show, there is a way to print it out. Show and search available colors. Oh, this is another handy tool. If you want to, say for instance, you've used Bellamoda, or you have Bellamoda in your collection and you know what the name of the color is, you can type it in here. Let's do the sunflower owners again, right? Sunflower. So I've typed in sun, and through Bellamoda, it's got sunshine and sunflower. So what you could do is if you have a bunch of fabric, a bunch of fat quarters, for example, because I think at the end of the color sheet, grab this one, because this one also has most of the fabrics are in sort of how much you need order as well. So 1 being the most you need to 33 being the least. So say for instance, our yellow is a number 2, all right? That needs a yard. Yep, that one needs a yard. So, you know, you could go, oh yeah, I've got a yard of this fabric. The name of this fabric is da da da, and you put the name of the fabric in, and then you select that one, and then you say, oh, I've got sunshine, I've got a yard of sunshine, and then you could put that in there as well, right? I know there is somewhere here, and bear with me because, like I said, this is only the second time I'm playing with it. And I'm sure I'm sure Natalia knows more, and obviously that the creator of the website knows more as well. There is somewhere in here, that's the undo button. I might just go undo it for now. Just in case I hit a save button, I don't want to be going back on what I've already done. Oh, the other option, shop in designer. So you can actually go to, say for instance, one of these stores in the EU. You could actually go to theirs and see what fabrics they have. So I'll go with the Nerdy Quilter. Woo, it doesn't like me today. And let's say we're going to go with the Heliconia Solos. Again, there's probably not enough here. There's what, 7, 14, what are we? How many are we here? Are these in numeric order? No, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18 plus 9, whatever the math is on that. I don't have a calculator on me. You can then go and change that. So this is probably your darkest of blue. You might pop that in the eye. Then there's another sort of mediumish blue. You might pop that next to it. And then go, oh, I don't, they're too close together. I don't like it. Maybe you might want to go green instead, right? You can do anything you want. It's up to you. There is a way to print off that page. I really cannot find it right now, which is, yep, need to learn more about this program. Okay, show available palettes. There is it this one? Oh, fabric that makes sense. FR stands for fabric requirements. Right. So it has here, now I can edit these because I'm in the editors part. Here again. So I've actually put here and I've labeled them. So where it is on the list here and what it will appear on the pattern, I've done that as a label. So number 2 is the yellow, which is the one that needs a yard. So it's got that there and there as well. So you can change units. I do know somewhere within here you can actually print this off. Bear in mind, these settings I've put down here, the backing and the binding, are really rough estimates of how much you need. It'll be more once you've finished a quilt. There are other quilt calculators out there that you can just sort of type in the details and it will work that out for you. As I say here, the backing and the binding are rough calculations. Calculator using the online calculators, which aren't in this program, that are another program. Unless this one does have that, which I haven't gone to have a look at yet. Okay, so that's fabric requirements, and I think, here we go. There is a send button there on the bottom right. Here we go. So it shows you here, you've got the splash cut image. It says designer, Quilts of Whimsy, Diana, because I did register on this page once upon a time, but with an old email address, and I put in Quilts of Whimsy, and now I can't fix that. Now, I'll do it sometime, but we'll get there. So here again, you've got all your fabric requirements, right? And so it's got what number each of those fabrics are. All right, the names. There you go. Now, at the end here, because I've separated the background and the eye colors, I've put here 1 background and 1 internal blacks. When you get to your pattern, you will need to try and get through each section, use your color map, use your pattern pieces, and compare the two, and just mark out which are background and which are internal black features. So the only tricky part is around this section here, around where the teeth are. All right. I personally have put that as a black, you know, so that you could put sort of any color. Let's try color in the background while we're in here. Let's go reddish pink. Right. So there you go. Just so that it wouldn't change your internal blacks. But just remember, in the original pattern, it does have black all over. But on here, you can experiment with it, and it will have all the how much fabric you need and so forth. This is probably the best way for you to be able to play with it. Now, costs. It costs 0. For me, it does cost. It costs me to, I actually have to pay per pattern on here. So I'm hoping everyone's going to have a bit of a play with it. Make that money worth it. But for you to sign up, it doesn't cost you a thing. So you can actually sign up and you can play with your colors. You can go to any of these solid palettes, or you can go to the shop and that you want to buy from. Let's pick another one at random. There you go. So it shows you what fabrics it's doing a funny thing for me today. It'll show you what fabrics they have as well. So you can probably go Meadow Walk. Sure. Oh, look how pretty these colors are. Sorry, got distracted. And then you could pop those in there as well. Oh, look at that floral. That could be fun. Yep. So, you know, you can go in, have a bit of a play. That looks a little bit, looks like it's coming out at me now with a patterned background. It's a bit fun. So yeah, you can go in, and I'm probably after this video going to go and keep playing. If you want just the original colors and you want to get Devonstone fabrics, it will actually show you those as well. So these are all the names of the fabrics here, right? Um, Although they're the two that I've just changed, but we can change those back by just hitting the back button. There you go. It will go through all your changes. I'm sure somewhere there is a go back to original button, or you can go out without saving it. Yeah. It's a pretty great website. Yep, see, there you go. Alert, there are changes without saving. Do you really want to quit? Okay. Right, and we'll take it back to the original. That'll then save sort of a screen on your profile, which I haven't saved it, so mine's not here. Um, ooh, I will update it, I promise. So it's a great program. I will have the creator of the program on eventually, and she will explain a little bit more about the program and its origins and things like that. Because you don't need to be seeing my mug all the time, but we'll do it sort of interview style so that you can see. We are going to pre-record it because it's a little bit easier time-wise because she is somewhere in Europe. I'm in Australia, if you haven't noticed the accent. And I think most of our sewers are in the USA. So trying to find some time when we can do lives is going to be tricky, and I'll probably put something in the Facebook group just to see where everyone's from, what their schedules are like, and then we'll try and do a live when we can catch most of our audience. But they will be pre-recorded as well. I'm hoping to put them on YouTube. YouTube, a bit scary, but exciting. So yeah, so thank you for watching. I know I ramble because, I usually do these videos on the fly. So I don't like to plan too much ahead because then I get a little nervous and then it gets a little messy. But I want you to, under this video, pop down as many questions as you can think of, anything you want to know, if you want to know more information about color selections, if you personally want me to help you select colors, more than happy to do that. Uh, Color isn't my expertise. Numbers are. Numbers, numbers, numbers. So I'll leave that at that. Our next video probably will be next week. And hopefully I can answer all of the questions that you have. And hopefully I haven't missed anything on here that is important. But if I do, I will pop it in comments so that everyone can see it. Okay. Thanks to those who have bought the pattern. If you haven't bought the pattern and this looks exciting, come on over, grab the pattern. I think the next video I might do a small bit of video on cutting and connecting and what else is in that pattern that you've purchased. Some people have already started. There are, with the home print pattern, there are sections you've got to fold and stick together. So I'll print out a few pages here and go through that as well. In probably a couple of days, I'll go through that as well. Okay. But again, pop your questions down. I will see you next time with the video about putting your pattern pieces and prepping yourself for the start of the sew along at the end of this month, possibly the start of next month, because school holidays are coming up here in Australia. We've got the kids home for 2 weeks. And I don't know if you know what it's like recording with kids around. It could be very, very noisy. And we don't want that to happen. But I will see you soon. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time.